146 of the standing orders, we are to write to the office of the clerk. We are to write to you through the office of the clerk, and I did that, and I got a response through the office of the clerk, so it was duly approved. It was.
I'm not denying that you did it. I'm not denying that. What I'm saying is, I can't recall it. What I will do is, we will give you the benefit of doubt. I'll make further consultations with the office of the clerk. Honorable members, number 57 on page 3. We shifted to, it now becomes 56. Honorable members, we now move to page 4. Honorable members, we now move to page Tumanna. Honorable member for Tumanna.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. The second paragraph, the only one line there, the records of votes and proceedings as corrected was approved. I'm not comfortable with that. I am suggesting, like we said, the records of votes and proceedings was corrected and approved. Thank you. Page 4. Page 4. No, that's where we are. No, we haven't moved yet. Lion, calm down.
I think that this is the text they use all along. Yes, this is what they have been using.
Okay.
Corrected and approved.
But
and the others will say approved as amended. So, but corrected and approved, I think that's the text they have been using.
Saying as corrected, comma, was approved. Look at it properly. Record of votes and proceedings, comma, as corrected, comma, was approved.
Yes, the commas, is that necessary? The first comma should not be there.
It's the first one, but remember proceeding as the consumer.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know, probably the commas, but the record of votes and proceedings as corrected was approved. Any more on page 4? We are now moving to page, yes? Lower Salum.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. I think we are on the record and proceedings, what has transpired in the floor of the House. The same page 4, where length of papers and reports. the report of the National Assembly Committee, Standing Committee on Human Rights and Constitutional Matters on the Interpretations Amendment Bills. You go down, ensuring debate. The following members participate in the debate of the report. Honorable Yamenten Sanyang, Latikunda Sabiyes, has recorded here that he will be resigned from his chairpersons of that committee. I think that has to be recorded in our proceedings. And it is, no, he said on the mic. Joke? Are we joking here? We are not joking here.
Honorable.
He said he has resigned from his.
Honorable, that is a statement he has made. We don't put down the statement of members. But officially, Yaya Menten Sanyang has even written to the Speaker and has formally resigned from the committee as chairperson.
Yes, but Honorable Speaker.
Yeah, but that's not be captured here. This is a statement he said on the floor during his deliberations. You don't capture that. Some of you say a lot of things, we don't capture it. On page 4, we now move to page 5. Huh? On page 4, Woolley East, am I right? Page 5, okay.
Yes, thank you, Speaker. The last paragraph at the tail end is a member for Tunkara. So we just changed Tunkara to Kantora. They sound the same, but they are not the same.
Yes, member, the first line, last word. Member for Kantora. Majority leader in brackets and chairperson of the committee moved a motion to table the report. Why majority leader in brackets? Pardon?
Yes, I'm saying even they would have want to put it in bracket, it should follow suit his name, immediately his name, then on bracket majority leader.
Testing that at the invitation of the Honorable Speaker.
Yes, immediately after Bileji Tunkara.
His name is there.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I said, if you want to say majority leader and in bracket, immediately after Bileji Tunkara, then you bring that.
Yeah, I also want to share that one. Comments, honorable members. If you want it in brackets, it should just come after the name. Honorable Bileji Tunkara in brackets majority leader. Then you have member for Kantora and chairperson of the committee moved Here you are looking at the relevance of why they are mentioning it. Because you are talking about a report or a tabling a motion. And that one, because he is the chairman of that committee. That's what we are talking about. The majority leader in brackets means in parliament, he is also majority leader, which has no bearing on this one. Yes, honorable nominated member.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I was going to withdraw my submission because Willie is have already spoken my mind. He is first a member before being a majority leader. So I strongly believe the way it is captured, it is good. Honorable Bileji Tunkara, member for Kantora and in bracket majority leader. Thank you.
Member for Sami.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. It's the same page at the invitation of the Honorable Speaker, Honorable Mari M.K. Sise, member for Serakunda West. I believe it should be Deputy Minority Leader. Hence, you have captured. Thank you.
If you follow that trend, if you look at motion without notice on that, with the permission of the Honorable Speaker, Honorable Bileji Tunkara, this time is Majority Leader and Member for Kantora, then it should be reversed to Member for Kantora and Majority Leader. Is that Majority Leader has not much relevance in this issue. What is important here is he's chairman of a committee, that's why he is being mentioned. That's why he is doing it. So the Majority Leader is secondary. That's why it could be in brackets, just Bileju Tunkara, in brackets, Majority Leader. For your information, he is also Majority Leader. And then the substantive one is he's a member of Parliament and chairman of the committee. Anyway, but that's how others saw it differently. This is not Mandinka Wolof or Pula, so where we will waste this thing. But I think so far it is understood. Honorable Madi Sise, you want us to put Deputy
Minority Leader. It's a title. You put the title.
Can we now make it a standard that when you mention leaders, you put their portfolio there, so that we will not be doing this. If you mention leaders, minority leader is doing something, you put minority leader and that and that, whatever he is. You know, I think that would ease the problem before we will be, so that the table office will understand that's how you want it. Yeah, leaders. Chief whip, majority leader, minority leader, and their deputies. If you agree, that would ease the work of the table office and therefore a lot of other corrections. Yes, somebody wanted to show something. Are we agreed on that? Then you note that down. We now move to page 6. Honorable members, page 7. Honorable member for Lower Salum.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Bills Order 76, withdrawal of bills. Honorable Speaker, I think here we are governed by a rule of procedures. 76, I think we have provision 1 and 2, which these clauses where this member can rely on withdrawal of his bill should be indicated, whereby you can get it recording for tomorrow. Whenever any member or any person wants to withdraw a bill, you don't only call for 76, but there are sub-clauses under which one that he has gone through to withdraw his bill has to be put in place. 71, 102.
Yeah, Honorable, the table office, they said they have noted it and then they will put the relevant subsection there. Any more on page 7? Honorable members, it has been moved and seconded that the record of votes and proceedings of the National Assembly sitting of Thursday, 6 March 2025 be approved with amendments. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Yeah, clerk.
Bill Order 72, consideration stage. Continuation of the consideration stage on the Criminal Offences Bill 2020 by the Honorable Attorney General and Minister for Justice.
Honorable members, we recall that after the second reading stage, the bill automatically stood referred to the ABC. Thereafter, the ABC scheduled the bill for consideration stage during the previous ordinary sessions in December, precisely on Saturday, 7th of December. However, the Assembly could not complete the consideration stage of the Criminal Offences Bill and stopped at clause 219 of the bill during the said sitting and hence suspended the process to a later date. Therefore, the bill is appointed today for continuation on the consideration stage in accordance with Order 72. During the consideration stage, members shall have the opportunity to give detailed consideration and scrutiny to every clause and schedule in the bill. This stage also provides the first opportunity for amendments to the bill to be debated and voted on. I will now therefore resolve the Assembly into the Committee of the Whole Assembly to give consideration to the bill entitled Criminal Offences Bill 2020. The Assembly is now resolved into the Committee of the Whole Assembly. Honorable members, the Assembly will now go into the Committee of the Whole Assembly to consider the Criminal Offences Bill 2020, clause by clause. We will be guided by Order 72 of the Standing Orders during the consideration stage. Clerk, may we proceed? As we remember, we stopped on clause 219, am I right? Yes. Clause 219.
Chapter.
Hold on. Let me just confirm with them whether 219.
We're going to chapter 6.
Honorable, we are all on the same wavelength. We agreed that we stopped at 219. We all agree. So we are going to 220. Yeah, okay, we can proceed now.
Chapter 6, Offences Relating to Property. Part 16, Theft. Clause 220, Things capable of being stolen.
Honorable members, it is proposed that clause 220, things capable of being stolen, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. So, Barinko. Where are the committee members?
Clause 221, definition of theft.
It is proposed that clause 221, definition of theft, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 222, special cases.
It is proposed that clause 222, special cases, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 223, funds, etc., held under direction.
It is proposed that clause 223, funds, etc., held under direction, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 224, funds, etc., held under direction.
Yes, committee members.
Yes, Chair, we want to change that caption. Why it says funds held, it's the same caption as the 223. Have you noticed? So we propose that the title of the clause be replaced with received by agents for sale. That is the recommendation we have. Funds received by agents for sale for 224.
You are saying funds, etc. The etc. should be out. Yeah? Member for Woodley, the funds, etc., under 224 will be retained and then held under direction to be replaced with received by agents
for sale. It is what
for sale.
It's what was in the old law. They're just putting it. Look at them.
Received by agents.
They're just putting back what was in the old law.
For sale. Any more comments? Yes.
Honorable Chair, that correction may not be sufficient for our understanding as to why they want to change that. So can the chairperson tell us why he is changing that and how does that affect the content of this?
Yeah, I think the committee needs to help us because in terms of the caption, funds, etc. Usually, etceteras are used if you list. Understand? So, in a caption like this, to say funds, etc., held on the direction is too confusing. I think
it means is funds, and there are many only funds and other things included.
Yeah, but like funds, etc. No, it doesn't speak volume. It doesn't make sense.
Yes. Before you come, let's hear him. Honorable Member for Woolly East.
Yes, no, I'm saying 223 is funds, etc. received. That means that there are other things different from funds that can be received. So in the same thing for 224, we maintain the same thing, funds, etc. received instead of held on the direction. It cannot be the same caption. So it is not only funds; it can be other properties can also be there. That's why they put etc. there.
I'm just being told that under 223 is correct that way. The 224 is a repetition of 223, and if you look at the old act itself,
Section 248.
yeah, the old act, it may be different sections because that one is 248. You look at it, instead of putting that one there, they repeated this one by error. So, but it should have been funds, etc., received by agents for sale. That's the correct heading.
In drafting, do you use etc.
But Honorable Chair, if we want to include the word funds, and now if the other part is replaced by received by agents for sale, I think for sale can apply to property, but funds, I'm not sure whether that can apply, for sale can apply to funds. If we are to replace funds, etc., held under direction, that phrase, yes, I think that's right. They said the word in held under direction will be replaced by received by agents for sale. Yeah, the aspect of etc., which imply orders, maybe for sale is applicable there, but for funds, I'm not seeing whether you can sell funds. You cannot sell funds.
I see your logic. It could either be received by agents from sales, but for sales, it will give it gives a queer. Yes.
Yeah, I think we have to read the when we look at it, the heading now, we need to also look at what they intend to achieve here. To correlate with the heading that he proposed now, funds, etc., received by agent for sale, or either from sales. When a person receives any property from on terms of authorizing or acquiring him or her to sell or otherwise dispose. No, we are there. So if you look at subclause 1, it does qualify a submission that even commission that you get from it on the fund, etc., received by sale, rather than even held on that direction. So I think it should remain received by agent from sale. Yeah.
I think the honorable minority leader contention is received by agents for sale cannot apply to funds. This is what he is saying. That can only apply from received by agents from the sales of something. That's the fund generated. That's what he is saying. Instead of for sale, should it be from sales? That's what he is saying. Now it's out for debate. Come out with your comments. Yes, Honorable, over there.
First of all, the word etc. I think legislative drafting now, this is not the style, because number one, it lacks precision. Number two, it is a potential for misinterpretation. So why are we even settled for the word etc. to maintain it there, or we need to be very sure what does this etc. represent? But it's lack of precision, and number two, it leads to it's a potential for misinterpretation before the courts.
Question on the floor now.
Which question?
Yeah, you know, what are we debating about?
The word etc. I came now and I met people talking about the word etc. Huh? No, of course. Chairperson, that is,
we are listening, we are on a specific issue. And that issue is the replacement of held under direction to be replaced by received by agents for sale. That's what we are on. Honorable committee members, what are your points? I think for me, I am on the same wavelength with honorable minority. What are you proposing?
Chair,
I'm coming to you.
Chair, what we have detected during the scrutiny is that 223 and 224 have the same caption. And when we raise the issue, the suggestion comes from the drafters that we replace it with received by agents for sale, because the whole issue is about stolen property. So that's why they put.
No, we agree.
Saying,
honorable. Yes, you were advised by your technical people, but what we are now saying is, look at it yourself. Received by agents for sale. I mean, funds cannot be received by agents for sale. Am I right? You have a different, yes. Let before you come, minority. Sorry, Woolly East. Are you fine?
Well, I don't want to say anything. I want the same drafters to talk.
They cannot talk. I
want the ministers to say something about this. This is coming from them.
Okay, all right. Before the minister, let's hear honorable nominated member Keba.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, I have a different view. What do you mean by saying funds cannot be for sale? If at all funds, we are taking the definition as in money. You can buy and sell money. That's why we have the forex business. So I don't know what definition they are using, but if at all it is on money, then buy and sales apply. Thank you.
Chair, in this context, that part what the nominated member is talking about, I don't think that is applicable here. What this is trying to mean is funds and properties, that's what they are trying to relate in this connotation. And that's my agreement to say, in this case, you cannot sell the fund. What you can do from the sales, the word for should be changed to from, and that will suffice the meaning.
I think we need to look at the chapter 7. We're talking about offenses relating to property, and there what we're trying to address is theft. So issue of theft now, they define theft now, and we went further now that for make sure that everything is being accounted for, that you must go extra mile. Even the funds, as rightly said, even the funds that you gather from either the soul of that property that you receive also be held accountable. So if they could also be softened to change that position, instead of 4 funds received by agent from the sale. Yeah, from the sale, yes. Yes. Maybe the drafters, legal team, the Attorney General can.
All right.
Attorney General.
What is the take on that? Following.
Yes. We've been following. I think we need to just change the whole caption a little bit to make it more intelligible. So we could say funds and property held under direction, we put a colon and say agency and fiduciary obligation, because this is truly about agency. So the suggestion from the committee is right. It's about agency. The whole clause, when you read it, is about a principal and an agent, where a property from a principal is being held by an agent either to sell it or to dispose it and account for the proceeds back to the principal. So the whole relationship is about agency, right? So agency maybe funds and properties held under direction, and then we put a colon and we specify, in this case, to differentiate it from the above heading, we could say agency and fiduciary responsibility.
Okay.
Funds and property held under direction.
Funds and property held under direction.
Held under direction. Then we put a colon.
Wait.
The drafter.
And property.
Yes, funds and properties held under direction. So we will eliminate the etc.
Under direction.
Yeah. Funds and properties held under direction, colon. Agency and fiduciary obligations. Agency and fiduciary obligations.
Agency
and fiduciary obligations.
How do you spell that fiduciary?
F-I-D-U-C-I-A-R-Y.
F-I-D-U-C-I-A-R-Y. Obligations.
Yes.
Full stop.
Yes.
I think that would take care of Latrikunda Sabiji. Latrikunda, you know, you had this comment that this etc. could cause a lot of this thing, which could be true. I think this thing will take care of that. Committee. But I think there is need for us to go back to 223. 223. It means we have to rescind our earlier decision. Because in that etc., instead that should be funds and property held under direction. That's all. Funds and property held under direction. Earlier decision. It's moved and seconded that we rescind our earlier decision on clause 223. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Decision is rescinded. Can you now put up a proposal for the amendment?
The proposed funds and property on the 223 stand part of it.
Funds?
Funds and property held under direction.
It is proposed that 223, the heading should read funds and property held under direction. Have you seen it? That is okay, huh? It is proposed that clause 23, clause 223 rather, funds etc., held under direction, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
2 to 4 again.
Yes.
Clause 224, funds, etc., held under direction.
It is proposed that clause 224, funds, etc., held under direction, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Somebody is commenting behind.
In this last voting, I don't say no, I don't say aye, because I don't know what the amendment is. You should tell us what the amendment is. So that
yes, but the others have said yes or no. So we don't need yours. Yes. Because I don't know where you were. We talked about it, the amendment, more than anything. Is the heading for 224 should read funds and property held under direction. Funds and property held under direction, semicolon, full colon, then agency and fiduciary obligations.
Clause 225, money received for another.
It is proposed that clause 225, money received for another, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 226, theft by person having an interest in the thing stolen.
It is proposed that clause 226, theft by person having an interest in the thing stolen, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 227, husband and wife.
It is proposed that clause 2...
Chairman, wait. Yes. Chairman, I have an observation. Yes. Chairman, by looking at 227, which I will read, my proposal is to expunge 227 as 221 should be able to take care of it. And these are my reasons. I will read 227. It says, a person who, while a man and his wife are living together, procures either of them to deal with anything which is, to his or her knowledge, the property of the other, in a manner which will be theft if they were not married, is deemed to have stolen the thing and may be charged with theft. Chairman, if you look at 221 have defined theft. And he's saying if an individual takes a property where he doesn't have any claim of right, or fraudulently procures it is theft. So in this case, it doesn't matter. There is no need for us to define it to the unit of the matrimonial house. We can just limit ourselves to 221 and it should be able to take care of the rest. So, in essence, what I am trying to say here is clause 227 is irrelevant. It's totally irrelevant. The moment a claim is made, the order can be, easily prosecuted under 221. So my proposal is to expunge it. Thank you. Yes.
Before I do that, let me hear the AG himself.
No, they're different. If you look at the relationship between spouses, they can deal with each other's properties in such a way that if it were not for their relationship as spouses, it could have amounted to theft. But because they are married, it's not theft. But if a third party is involved, that facilitates that or procures one of the spouses to deal with the other's property in such a way that could have been theft if it were not they were married, not any of the spouses, but that third party will be guilty, can be charged of theft. It's similar to when you deal with minors. If you send a minor to go and steal somebody's property, if the minor's age is below age of criminal liability, it is the principal that will be charged, not the minor. It's a similar thing here.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to differ, Right Honorable AG. I will refer you to Section 221, 1 and 2, and I will read them together. Section 221, it says, a person who fraudulently and without claim of right takes anything capable of being stolen or fraudulently converts to the use of any person other than the general or special owner thereof. Anything capable of being stolen is said to steal that thing. And if you go to 2, it says a person who takes or converts anything capable of being stolen is deemed to do so fraudulently, and if he or she does so with any of the following intent, that is to say, an intent permanently to deprive the general or special owner of the thing of it, an intent to use the thing as a pleasure or security, an intent to part with it on a condition as to it returns which the person taking or converting it may be unable to perform, an intent to deal with it in such a manner that it cannot be returned in the condition in which it was at the time of taking over or conversion it, or in the case of money, an intent to use it at the will of the person who takes or converts it, although he or she may intend afterward to repay the amount to the owner. Honorable Speaker, what I am trying to say here is, whatever relationship that might transpire between the husband and the wife, and whatever transaction they might be involved in, cannot happen outside the confines of what is being stated in Section 221. 2, you go to A, B, C, D, or what? E. If the husband conspires with a third party to take something that rightfully belongs to the wife, it is fraud. And it is clear that the husband doesn't have any claim of right over it. The only thing the wife needs to do is to what? Press charges. So for me, my only issue now is trying to what? Draw it down to husband and wife, when we have other clauses where we can deal with it properly. So I don't see anything special about clause 227 that have been omitted in 221. Thank you.
The point, but let me give majority, then I come in.
Yes, Chair, I want another member to reconsider a decision, not to expunge this thing, because it's addressing a very special case here. Under normal circumstances, property belongs to spouse, husband and wife. You cannot separate them. But if either with the wife or the husband, now conspired, a third party to come in to help to steal a property, that's where the offense lies now. So it's considered as a theft now. So I think this scenario could be there, while the first definition of theft is not relevant. But this is very, very important. It's very important. It should stay.
And usually, under common law, usually husband and wife are seen as one. You cannot steal. You cannot properties belonging to you. You don't expect them for stealing. To be very clear on this particular issue, this clause has to come in.
Honorable Speaker, he has agreed.
Honorable Chair, there is no constituency for Kiang here. There is constituency for Kia West and Kia East and Kiang Central. Anyway, Honorable Chair, what honorable member is trying to look at can The example can be cited on many cases when it comes to relations and sharing of properties. So I don't know why is husband and wife very special and different from like father and son. Like, and there could be cases of that nature.
Honorable, I think you missed listening to what was said.
I did.
No, because the affinity between husband and wife is different from father and son.
So why didn't you put that?
No, they are different. You cannot make them as, you cannot give them as the same
similar
example.
occurrences
And
those people.
and two, you are dealing with an issue that is purely legal bias. You have to know that. That's very critical. Yes, Honorable.
I see, very necessary to be maintained, but I'm not comfortable with the language. Like when you say a person who, while a man and his wife. So the beginning of the sentence, a person who, while a man and his wife, I think should be when a man and his wife.
This is Latikunda Sabi's own language. They are bureau. That's how they coin their languages. Yes, Honorable Member for Wool East.
Yes, Chair. I think what the law is trying to do is to capture all kinds of scenarios. And this is one scenario. While we have general scenario, but this one is a specific scenario, so I don't think we should delete it. We should maintain it. Yes.
We have all now agreed. Now it is proposed clause 227, husband and wife stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 228, general punishment for theft.
It is proposed that clause 228, general punishment for theft, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 229, stealing wills.
It is proposed that clause 229, stealing wills, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 130, stealing postal matter. Sorry. Apologies. Clause 230, stealing postal matter, etc.
It is proposed that clause 230, stealing postal matter, etc., stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Yes, I will say no.
Yes, you disagree. But it is taken.
Consistency is
what?
So this one was
No, they are not saying that it's not a instance cannot.
Still important matter itself.
This one, the etc. is at the end. It means it's an ongoing, this is not exhaustive.
Yeah, in fact, it's different. And more so, it is something. It means we had to. Now, go to 231.
Clause 231, penalty for stealing of cattle, etc.
Chairman.
Yes.
Honorable members, please. Honorable.
You should come after.
Honorable.
After we finish ours.
Honorable. I will call your constituency name. The committee, please lead us into the correction.
Yes, Chair. Our observation is on the fine. We are proposing that a fine not less than $100,000 and imprisonment for not less than 3 years for stealing cattle.
Can we read it together? Yes, Honorable Member for Woolly, can you read it? Woolly, can you read what we have?
Okay.
Yes.
The committee? Yeah, the committee.
Can you read what is on the text?
What is on the text?
You want me to read?
Okay.
You share it.
Okay. 2, 3.
A person convicted of stealing a horse, mare, gelding ass, mule, camel, ostrich, bull, cow, ox, ram, eel, whether goat or pig, is liable on conviction to imprisonment for 7 years.
What the committee has.
This is what we have in the text.
Chair.
Now we can just hold on. The honorable member for Woolly East, your recommendation is what?
Recommendation is a fine of not less than 100,000 or imprisonment for not less than 3 years.
Reduce.
Chair.
No, why not more than 7 years?
Sammy.
Yes, we will come to you. Honorable members, we have had the proposal from the committee. We will not vote on it yet. We will hear other proposals, and then we will come to finalize on one of them. This one is Same.
All right, thank you, Chair. For me, Chair, for me, what I'm suggesting, looking at the heading, penalty for cattle, if you look at the animals that are listed, some of them are not cattle. So I think it should be a penalty for stealing animals, etc. Not no, but cattle. Just say animals. Livestock. Yeah, we can agree with.
Honorable, I think why the etc. came at the end, it means it's not only cattle. And then in the text of it, it has listed down those etc. You see all of them. Anything that is not captured there, it means you are not part of it.
Kia West.
Yes.
Kia.
Now what I'm doing now is I'm getting the list. No, you have not been participating, that's why. It's now that you are participating. Yes, now then just raise your hand, you'll be captured. I'm coming.
Don't go to him.
Nominated member Keba Lam.
Yes. Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, I agree with the committee in the direction of the number of years upon conviction. But the fine of $100,000 is, I find that very difficult to understand, because if you look at the list, the value of a horse differs greatly to the value of a pig. And the value of a goat as well differs greatly to the value of a cow, that of a camel, ostrich, and the list goes on. So what I'm saying is the fine is in no way proportionate to the values of the animals we are saying. So my proposal would have been, if at all the drafters can help us and unpack it, whether that will be possible. You know, if not, to have a single rule,
yes,
it would be really grossly unfair.
Honorable, nominated member.
Yes, Honorable.
For your doubts to be clear, I think it's best to say to a fine not exceeding.
But Honorable Chair, my fear now is a goat. The highest price you might pay for a goat is around 15,000.
This is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is not exceeding, let's say 100,000.
Okay, not exceeding 100,000.
For instance,
okay,
it will take note of the various elements depending on what animal is being talked about.
Agreed. Yes.
All right. I have a list. Just raise your tag. I'm going by the list. Lower Salum.
Thank you, Honorable. Okay, Honorable. Clause 231, penalty for stealing for cattle. Here, my proposal is going to be, why don't we put livestock and we bring cattle under the definition? Then again, the essence of this fining for 100,000, them not to stop stealing our cattle or our sheep. But not exceeding 100,000 also is good, but then minimum of 100,000, I think that's less. We put 150,000, 200,000. Yes.
The issue of the etc. is language. It comes at the end, unlike the previous one. You mentioned one and etc. That under the etc. now is certified. When you look at the text underneath, it has listed all of them. Anything that is not mentioned is outside. Yes, I'll come to you. Becoming up.
Honorable Chair, I think the penalty as it is in the clause limited the conviction to 7 years. That is to imprisonment for 7 years, and that is fixed. Now the proposal that is made by the committee to have a capital fine and imprisonment. But the fine here, this is the minimum, 100. As earlier observed, the animals that are involved, I mean, they have different values. So to say the minimum 100,000 for a goat, even though it's supposed to serve as deterrent, but to find somebody for stealing a goat 100,000, I think it's on the high side. Now it appears minimum is 100.
Please.
Can we learn, please? Can we learn? It appears here the minimum is 100. It can be 100 upwards. Now, if 100 supposed to be minimum is on a high side, then we can bring a lower amount and then put a maximum cavity. But 100 to be maximum, in my view, that also could look very small for certain animals. If you want to make it a deterrent, to be specific, let me say, if you want to get maximum fine, we can target 500,000 instead of 100,000 maximum, and then minimum imprisonment 3 years. Minimum imprisonment 3 years also, in my view also, for stealing a goat and you are sentenced for 3 years, that could also be on the high side. The minimum can be 1 year. 1 year, minimum imprisonment, 1 year. Yes.
Honorable, I think this is what we have just settled out. The concerns are the values of these animals are different. And if you talk about a goat 100,000 minimum, I mean, it doesn't look like you. That's why when the honorable nominated member said, we now agree on the issue that we are going to give the upper ceiling So that depending on the animal type, it can range, let's say for instance, you say to a maximum of 300,000. So if it is a goat, you can say you are fined 50,000 or 30,000. If it is a horse, you can be fined 150,000, 200,000. If it is something else, and that will make the determination, and that lies now on the judge. Do you follow? That will allow our peers that are giving the minimum on various issues.
Can I observe, Chair?
Yeah.
Just an observation.
I have a list.
Yes, just to.
And I promised that I was going by the list.
Chair, just to.
Are you commenting on this one? Yes. Commenting on what the proposal? Yes, you can go ahead.
You see, the minimum.
Commenting on the proposal and coming with a new proposal is different, my brother. The same topic, but you are bringing your own proposal. If you make a proposal, people are going to criticize it. Then we go on. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Chair. What the minority is proposing, I want to observe his proposal because he's asking us to put like 500,000 as a maximum and a minimum of how much? 50,000. But in the essence, not minimum. Okay, my issue is that in the essence, someone now stole, let's say 5, 10, 15 cattle now. And you want to say you cannot punish the individual above 500,000. Becomes a problem now. Now, I think it's where we will be safe to have a minimum of 50,000. Then I'll leave it open to the judge that you cannot punish anybody as the deterrence. If you look at all the animals involved, yes, we know goat can cost 10,000, 15,000. A ram can cost 50,000 or 45,000. But to make a deterrent for them not to be encouraged to steal again, we raise the bar to 50,000. Then the judge will now be at liberty now from 50 above, depending on the quantum and the severity of the crime the person commit. Thank you.
Yes, I agree. Honorable Chair, in that case, I agree. Instead of maximum, we have the minimum fine, 50,000. But the imprisonment, instead of 3 years minimum, we have 1 year minimum.
Observation.
Let me just clarify something, Honorable Speaker, with your permission.
Procedure is being messed up.
If the committee are not hearing me. If you look at the clause, it says a person convicted of stealing. Pay attention to that word there, a horse. So which means the punishment you are prescribing is for each animal. A horse, a mare, a gelding, an ass, mule, camel. So which means if somebody is charged with multiple or stealing multiple cattle, probably the prosecutors will, each head of cattle will be a count. And they will be valued as well and stated in the charge. So what you are looking at here is punishment for each. I agree with you. It's important we are careful so that the minimum doesn't exaggerate certain categories of animals. However, be also mindful that don't just look at the goat as a goat. Because if you take a goat from somebody who is rearing goats, it's not only the value of the goat, but you are disrupting the person's activities.
And also
maybe it's a female one who should be giving birth to many more. And so you have to look at it globally, that the crime of theft itself, so the impact of it is not the value of the item stolen alone. I think it's something that society just don't want us to do it, so let's deter it. Let's not overdo it, but let's not also trivialize it just to look at it as a goat. Yes. Because the impact of that goat to the owner may be bigger than just the value of how much the market value of the goat is. Yeah.
Yes.
You have caused more confusion than answer. What now is your proposal? No, he's not supporting your proposal.
Now, all I'm saying, if you are
what your proposal is saying is, he's saying that your reason for coming out with that proposal, the clause here is talking about one item. One item. So that has, for you are saying in case you have somebody has stolen 50 goats or sheep or whatever. Now, it means for each item, by our proposal, each item cannot be more than 300,000. So if it is 10, it means 3 million. This is what I'm saying. This is why if no. You know, you have two things. You know, he said the agreement then was to give it a maximum of 300,000, for instance. You came out to say that no, that may be dangerous because, you know, if somebody went to steal, let's say, 10 cattle or 100 cattle, sir, and then you now say the stealing is 300,000. That's what the Honorable AG said. The punishment here is for each item, each cattle. So if it is a maximum of 300, if you steal 100, it means it will be 30 million. No, it's not high. That's the maximum they can fine you. We can come down, but that's the maximum. If he charges you, if he tells you now is 200,000 for each cattle, then you multiply it by 100. If he tells you 100,000 for each cattle, you multiply it depending on the charge, but the stealing is still okay. 100 or 300. We are coming.
Peg it at 50, not less than 50,000, but it can go beyond that. So the judge or whoever is there, he has the latitude now to vary based on this thing. He can choose 100, 200, but we cannot go below.
Yeah,
we're also mindful of the market price of the goat. I say yes, 50 might seem exorbitant, but we're not only punishing the price, but also deter people's action to steal. Because do you know how much ground hay the person has bought in the years to rear that goat? Is huge.
Agreement. But you know, there are times when you have to put a cap for judges also. You know, don't always leave it open for them. They are human beings like us. Yes, so there are times when you know the maximum sentence for a crime, you put it at that, from our legislator's perspective. We put it there, and then he now can only come down, but he cannot go above that. Then if you say 50, he can go up to the sky. There are times when it is relevant that you put the upper limit.
To clarify something, Honorable Speaker. My point is, let the minimum not be too low. If we are deciding the minimum, let's just not focus on the market value alone. If it is to be a deterrent, let's go a little bit above the market value of a goat, for example.
But what we are saying is, if you say minimum 50,000, and you are the judge, you have taken all
you have a discretion to go beyond that.
You have all those things into consideration. You can go to 100 or 150.
But there are some judges that will only impose the minimum too.
Why? When it's not compulsory.
Because that is what's stated by the law. So
the law said not less than.
Yes, okay.
So if you go to the minimum, it means you are convinced that that's the best that you can give.
That's the best you can give. All right, yes, that's fine.
Yes, now we are going to the next, we have had your proposals. When we finish all of them, we take one. The next one is Janjambure.
I have an observation on this proposal.
And my proposal is there. Speaker, accept the proposal.
Thank you, Chair.
Not people not to comment.
Chair, my proposal here is for we to break it down. That is on clause 31. 231 rather. Penalty for stealing of cattle. Instead of cattle, can we have livestock and break it down in between small and large ruminants? Because I think even in the animal health bill, this is the way it appears. We have small ruminants and large ruminants. The large ruminants covers cow, horse, you name them. The small one would be rams, goats, etc. And also, I want to propose that we look at the fines and also the sentencing. Let's look at small ruminants, for example, with goats. Honorable Chair, if you would allow me, from a communal point of view, if you want to sentence someone for stealing a goat for 7 years, we might send most of our rural young people to jail. No, that's the fact. You know, the reason being is yes.
Honorable, can you come out? You know, we are now out from the text itself. It means, let me just learn. The proposal is what the current text should be amended. And we have had the various proposals. The last proposal is a minimum of 50,000. And the other proposal was a maximum of 300,000. You have changed. Now, so the current proposal is a minimum of 50,000. And then this thing, you said 1 year? Minimum of 1 year in default. That's the proposal now.
Point of order.
Chair.
Point of order.
Point of order.
Who is saying? Yes.
Order 72, consideration stage, bills reported by select standing or special select committee. You have 1, 2C, 2B, 2C. Yes. At the consideration stage, they must not later than when the first amendment is moved be accompanied by notes of subsequent amendments referred to or necessary to make amendment intelligibly, unless the speaker permits otherwise. Speaker, unless you permit otherwise, I believe for us to work fast, you have to work on the notice given. Rather than people talking, we are debating on their talkings. It's not helping. So if you have a proposal, let them write and submit.
It's wrong.
We work on the proposal. This is the normal procedure.
Honorable, your point of order is out of order. When you read it yourself, you reach a stage where you wanted to stop. Because you know that why it is happening this way is at the speaker's discretion. No, that's why it is happening that way. And two, more often than not, when people write and send it here, the same thing happens. I call you again, you say, because it's never explicit. You come back again and say the same things as we are doing now, after you have written. So, just listen. I am not doing that. I am doing it this way. It's not quick. Yes, whether it's quick, we want it thorough. Rather than quick, we want it thorough. Honorable Member for Yanyambure. So the proposal down here is, people have agreed that the penalty here is high. And it's not taking care of the variant prices among these things. So that's why they have now brought in, proposal is minimum of 50,000 and a minimum of 1 year. Am I right? Now, you are saying that at that level it will be high. Can you come out with a proposal that you think is best? The other thing, Honorable Member, is we are taking care of the etc. here. You know, we know that the animals are not the same size. That has been explained and explained and explained. That's why in the text they are mentioned. And that's why the penalties have that range to take care of all of them. So there may not be a need for us to separate them into various sizes.
Chair.
Yes.
This is where even I am coming, because for me, I still feel 50,000 is at the high side, looking at small ruminants. And I can advance my reasons, because I'm from the rural settlement. I know how it is like. So for me, this is an opportunity for we to sanitize whatever we are supposed to sanitize on this particular clause. This is why I feel there should be a separation in between small and large ruminants. With large ruminants, I can agree that the minimum fine could be $50,000. But with small ruminants, the minimum could be $20,000. If at all we want to attach deterrent from it. This is my point.
Of separation, it does not matter. You better point of order yourself. I think you should be bold enough to say, Speaker, I'm put a point of order for myself. You should do that. I will respect you more. So, Honorable, you are now proposing, for instance, that let it come down to 20,000. No, the issue of, this is why we are saying, the issue of small and big ruminants, however you classify them, they will always not be equal. However you classify them. The purpose is to prevent people from stealing animals. It should be a deterrent. Chair. So your proposal is a minimum of 20,000. Yes, we have
for goat, ram, and everything.
Yes.
Talending Kunjang.
Yes, thank you. Chair, I agree with what Honorable Attorney General was saying, except for one area. He preempted what I was about to, he made it clarified to me. But the issue that he mentioned that some judges may limit themselves to the fine that is stipulated in the act concerns me more when you want to do a proportional sentence with the point Honorable Member of Janjambur is raising. Because for instance, so a cattle, if a cattle is, the market value of a cattle is 40 or even 35, and a judge limits himself to that which is stated in the act, where is deterrence we are calling for? So if, for instance, a goat that is 6,000 in market value, would we consider that a proportional sentence when the magistrate, the minimum that is in the act is 50? So it does not proportionate. So,
Honorable, you see, when you talk about the minimum here, it means however simple it is, however lenient the magistrate may be, that is the minimum amount he can fine.
Yes, that's
what he has no these things. And when the AG talked about it, and talked about some judges limit themselves, he agreed with us that then that's the judge's own analysis, because it talks about not less than. Yes. That's very clear. It means it can be that amount or above, depending on the severity, how severe it is to you.
That is where the problem is.
Now, the problem now you are talking about is you don't want it to have an upper bar. But what is your proposal for the lower limit? For the animals. No, what you do is to get the minimum value, look at the animal, the smallest of them, and you think how much could be the best deterrent for that one. And you peg it at that, then it goes up. Yes?
If it becomes lower than the market value of the large ruminants, it will be still a problem.
So the AG has moved from that. Don't quote him again. He has agreed that if you talk about a minimum of this amount, it means for that amount going above, dependent on the severity of it, how the judge sees it. If you see a judge that says, let's say not less than 50,000, and he tells you 50,000, for that judge it means that's severe enough as a deterrent. Another judge may see that 50,000 small and it will go to 70,000. So that one, the language is not less than. So that is very clear. So what the difference here we have is, should the minimum be 50,000 or more or less? That's where we are now.
agree for the minimum to be 50 for the large ruminants. But for small,
I said take all of them together. The list of, for instance, the smallest animal there is what? Is it the goat? Is it the goat? Huh? What do you think will be the punishment for goat minimum? Hold on, please, hold on. Honorable, go ahead.
Yes, one goat.
Who is saying no? I will not give you floor to talk then. I will not give you, because if you are talking and somebody says no, you wait. Please. It's different from your opinion. It does not mean it is wrong. Please. So what you are now saying is, the minimum now, for instance, your proposal is 30,000. If it is a goat or a small ruminant, it could be 30, 40, depending on the goat. And if it is a bull, a cow or whatever, he can go to 100,000, 150, 200. But that's the barest minimum. So the rest is dependent on how the judge assesses the crime. Then, so you are saying we bring it down from 50 to 30. Yes. So I think you are in the same boat with Janyambure. Janyambure. Where is Janyambure? Yes, Janyambure is out. So we have 50 and 30. 50 and 30. And Latikunda Sabiji.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. One thing we should be very careful. Legislation demands absolute clarity and precision. The word etc. implies this thing, an open-ended list which creates ambiguity on what is excluded and not included. I still insist on ETC should be removed because laws must be predictable and certain, Attorney General. So why do we insist to leave that word etc. there? It's not suitable.
But this was explained. This is very certain, it's predictable, it's very clear. They said here, the etc. means not only cattle and some more. And which are, please, and what are those ones? It is listed down. It's listed in the text. You cannot put all those things in the text.
No, then you can now say a penalty for stealing livestock or penalty for stealing small ruminants or large ruminants.
No. What we are saying is, even if you say it's not all small ruminants, it's not clear still. No, it's not all small ruminants or animals. So this one is specific, cattle and some others. Which are those others? He listed them down.
Etc.
Kantora.
Yeah, Chair, I'm just appealing. I think we've had enough of issues on this clause. Please, what we are saying, we are looking at stealing for cattle, and in the list now, we've seen that the goat is the smallest animal there. Now, we all agree that for purpose of deterrence, the market price of a goat, you can have a goat 15,000, 20,000. You understand? There are even, during the festive period, you can even have a ram for 45,000 or 40,000. Now, for the judge now, and also to discourage stealing as a deterrence now, we said let's peg it at 50. At least, we're not also only, like the minister said, we're not also narrowing our look on the market value alone. It goes beyond that. Do you know how much money the person has spent on providing ground hay, the time the person looked after that goat before it reached where you stole it? So we have to look at all these things and peg it at 50 and above. One is 50 and above, a minimum of 1 year.
I'm not debating. Your proposal was 50.
Yes.
There are counter proposals of 30. When we finish all the proposals, we are now going to debate. But the problem here also, we must realize, who are those who go to steal a ram or a goat? And then if you find those people 50,000, it's just like you have fined you 200 or 500,000. Because 30,000 is very high for them. It's very good for them. So that's the text they are looking at it. Now the problem may be that's the minimum. And for us as legislators, we are considering it to mean the ram and goat and all these things. But the judge sitting over there may take that as a step to say A, B, and C, and therefore he gives you 40,000 for stealing a bull. Yes.
Honorable Speaker, I think yes, it's important to use the value as a guide. But I think you need a little bit of guidance here. We are almost nearly confusing compensation with a fine. This one is a fine. This one goes to state. It's not the compensation that goes to the victim of the crime. So it should be deterring enough, but don't confuse it with compensation, so that you don't overlay too much emphasis on the market value. This is supposed to be a deterrent. So you look at what is reasonable to deter the crime. We are only punishing the crime here. We are not yet talking about the money that is going to go to the owner.
If you are fined, for instance, you can even be paid to. You can be asked to. Yes, you can be asked to, despite the fine, depending on the districts. That's what he's saying. Keep those things in mind. Now, Sabak Sanjal.
Thank you very much. Honorable Speaker. Thank you very much, Chair. I think we are trying to confuse things here a little bit, because, you know, the value of an animal is not anchored on the amount of money or on monetary only. Remember that, you know, in the Gambia, we are in a secular state, and some people believe in animals. So if you steal my animal, which I believe is my God, what does that mean to me? So it's not the monetary aspect of it, it's the value and it's the deterrent that we are looking at here. If one's goat is more valued than a bull, the person can sue for compensation and damages and the like. So we are looking at the deterrent here. So let's not be only concentrating on the monetary value of that particular animal.
Now, a possible suggestion?
My suggestion here is that we say from 30,000 and above. At least that would allow judges to...
Central body book? Central body. Same.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair, for giving me the floor. Honorable Chair, we the rural people, we believe in these small ruminants. Sometimes you will realize that, you know, they will come and steal almost about 100. But for me, what I'm suggesting, 50,000 above an imprisonment for 3 years in order to stop it. That's my suggestion.
Honorable Member for Fonyi Bintang.
Thank you. Honorable Speaker, for me, my suggestion, even for the fine that the individual should pay, should definitely not go above 30. We should definitely start at 30,000, and that is my view on the matter.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Yes, but you know, Honorable Speaker, it is definitely important we look at this thing in a very broad up. Personally, I will prefer you even come to my house, steal my 100,000, 500,000 if I have, then you go even steal a single cattle of me, wallahi, and I can swear for that. I know what it means. This is not about money. You have your cattle. This is where you feed daily. Where you have your milk. This is where you have your money for your agriculture and so on. These are the things that you use to plow every raining season. And you see a woman who is having a single goat or a single 2 or 3 goats. That's where she is able to get her fees money every day. That's where she is able to pay the school fees of her children from one grade to the last grade. So here, let's look at it in a very broad view and say, the minimum fine shouldn't be less than 100,000. 50,000 is because we are moving, inflation is coming year in, year out. And then you steal my goat, I see them charging you just a minimum amount of 50,000, whereas I can even go outside and say, let me see what I can get on this thing. So the minimum amount should be 100,000 and not less than 3 years imprisonment because of the characteristics and then the nature and whatever that is attached to this. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Chair.
Honorable, I think the AG intervened and made some clarified some issues. You see, one side of it is the deterrent, that's the punishment for the crime. If your bull is stolen and probably the thief may be asked to order to compensate you money, different from the fine. This one is supposed to be a deterrent. Equally, we don't want to send, in as much as it's a deterrent, we don't want to send all our people to mile 2.
Chair, Honorable Chair.
Now, listen. You know, I was told by one lawyer, one of my close these things. He said, I don't know, sometime in the United Kingdom, if people, this petty theft, petty stealing, theft, this pickpocketing, it was so great that they put a law that if you are caught, you will be sentenced to death. He said those who were sentenced and they went for the burial, at the burial site itself, it was happening. You see, we are stealing from people. So, honorable members, I think concerned we must try to match all this. I'm coming. Let me learn. No, it's okay, no, because it's a clear, Dolman clear. So, it's a clear. Why we are having people talking is because they are not clear. Please. So, what I want us to do to agree is that let's look at all sides. You know, let's look at all sides. The concerns of those who think that we cannot be sending everybody to jail. And in the Gambia, 30,000 is no small money. So many people, if you find them 30,000, they will go and serve. For most of us, it will be easy for us to pay. But for lot of them. So what we are saying now here is, there could be a minimum of that 30,000, for instance, and then the judge can still ask you to pay compensation in addition to that 30,000, because the 30,000 is to the state. So now we have to conclude.
Yes.
Now, honorable member.
Allow me to land, Honorable Chair. Yes, thank you very much. You know, I just want to refer honorable members to the report of the Public Petition Committee on animal theft. That was laid here and we adopted here. You can offer yourself with it. And just yesterday, a whole herd of cattle was stolen around our area. A whole herd. Honestly. So if you are talking about this and you are making it sort of like, me personally, I feel otherwise. Because this is what I know. This is what I am brought up in. So it's something which is so dear to me. So you should not talk about monetary aspect in it or whatever. I feel otherwise, honestly.
years, Honorable, I think what the proposal is stating the minimum. That's what he's stating. The maximum is the sky. So if it is, what you are saying, if it is a whole lot of cattle taken and all these things happen, the judge will determine it and give the rest of these things. He has no upper limits. It's only the barest minimum. You cannot go below. Yes, Honorable Member.
Chair, we have two proposals. One is 30,000, the other one is 50,000. So we put it all.
One year. The proposal was 1 year for 50,000. 2 years. No, 2 years. It's not there. Yes, that's not. No. The other thing is, Honorable, I think your argument on the minority and others, their own is 50,000 or 1 year, minimum of 1 year upon conviction. Now you are talking about, the other one is how many? 30,000. 30,000 minimum of the same 1 year. Huh? All right.
There's a proposal for 2 years.
No, we are not taking, we have lots of proposals. These are the major ones. Honorable members, now, Honorable, we are now settled for compromise. That is, instead of an upper echelon, we are now going to have a lower listing bar. Yeah, lower. Then the sky is the limit. Now, and the proposals are that 50,000 in default 1 year. The other one is 30,000 in default 1 year. No, but you cannot be fined the two. Honorable, that one we have to change it. You are going to be fined. The judge may have, he can give you the two. He can give you the two, yeah, or both. But he can also fine you, and then without sentencing you to jail. He can sentence you without jail, or he can sentence you, fine you, and sentence you. All of them can be happen. That is the language we understand.
Let's capture that today.
Yeah, that's how it's going to be captured.
Both fine and
And I know how. I think they know how to capture it. Yes, honorable members. So these are the two proposals. One is 50,000 in default 1 year, or as honorable is suggesting, you can have both of them. You can have both fine and imprisonment. That's how it's going to be coined. The other proposal is 30,000 or 1 year, and the same thing for that. Now, what do we agree on now? 30,000, 50,000. Then I think we go into a vote. Speaker. No. We are not looking at it. Honorable, with all due respect, this thing has taken unnecessarily long. Whatever people want to hear, they have had it. So nothing will convince others. So now I'm putting the question.
One thing, Speaker. The level of inflation and also...
Inflation is taken care of, Honorable. Inflation is taken care of by the fact that the judge will make that determination. Even if you say $20, minimum of $20, and the judge can put all those things into consideration and give you 1,000. It is just a minimum. Please, those we are now putting into one first. Those who are in support of 30,000 and 1 year, please raise your tax. $30,000 and 1 year. 30,000 1 year. Yeah, we will coin it at the end. These are the two proposals. All of them are the same. You got it? Yes, sir. Now, 30,000 and 1 year. Now, those in favor of 50,000 and 1 year. 50,000 1 year. You got it? Yes, sir. Abstention? Huh? Where is abstention? No abstention.
No, sir.
All right, honorable members, the results. Those in favor of 30,000, 24. Those in favor of 50,000, 8. So we now have 30,000. So, honorable, the legal team will help us coin it. The judge has the right to fine you and let you go if you pay, or not fine you, just convict you because of the nature of your crime, or he can fine you and then sentence you to imprisonment also, depending on the nature of your crime. So you coin that for us. Yes. Who is talking? Kia West.
Honorable Chair, you have been strong and enjoying parliamentary debate more than 15 years. It's our time to enjoy, and you are taking the entire show.
Well, I don't understand you. Parliamentary debate is not enjoyable. It's not enjoyable. Probably that's why you talk a lot. You thought it's not more
want to raise opinions, you will always talk.
It's not be more of entertainment, it will be more of clarity and to the point.
But when we understand, you still over elaborate.
It's as follows. We have a correction also in the same clause before we move. Yes, I will read that to your hearing. I will read it to your hearing now. So the clause 231. So just a spelling error. When you follow the list, where you have Ram, EU, then that is spelled wrongly as weather. The H should go. It should be WETHER.
That's what we are saying.
So the whole clause would now read according to how you amended it. So the clause will read as follows, if I get your amendment right. A person convicted of stealing a horse, mare, gelding, ass, mule, camel, ostrich, bull, cow, ox, ram, ewe, witter, goat, or pig is liable on conviction to a fine of not less than $30,000 or in default 1 year imprisonment or both. Liable on conviction to a fine of not less than $30,000. Not less than $30,000, or in default to 1 year imprisonment, or both, or both.
Now put the question. It is proposed that clause 231 Honorable, is there something else happening? Huh? No, you are not waiting for me, I'm waiting for you. No. You are talking, I could not come on. It is proposed that clause 231, penalty for stealing of cattle, etc., stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 232, stealing vehicle.
Our proposal from the last time make us to change it. But anyway, we'll read what we have proposed as a group. If the thing stolen is a vehicle, the offender is liable to a fine of not less than $100,000 or in default imprisonment for 5 years. But we can look at it. Not less than 100,000.
We get it clear. In default, it means you can only be fined. Now, what I'm saying is, you can only be fined. Imprisonment only comes in if you fail to pay. 100,000. A vehicle. A vehicle. $100,000, a vehicle, not a motorcycle. No. You know, sometimes your committee also should review some of these things so that they can take us. It's a mistake. Then what is your now proposal then? Bring the correct one. No, bring your proposal, then we will debate it. Otherwise,
It's a vehicle, the offender is liable to a fine. Why is it this thing? It's stealing vehicle. If the thing stolen is a vehicle.
So they want to reduce it to 5 years, but also put caveat for. They want to put a fine of 100,000 and reduce it to 5 years in default.
All right, honorable. You now want the fine to be increased to 500,000. Yeah, to 500,000. And the number of years for conviction to be reduced to 5 years. And that you intend to say that both can be meted out to you. So the proposal, honorable members, for this clause is that if the thing stolen is a vehicle, the offender is liable on conviction to imprisonment for not less than 5 years, or upon conviction to a fine of not less than 500,000 or 5 years imprisonment, or to both. This is your proposal. Honorable members, we heard it. No comments?
What if the car is 200,000? What if you guys are still punished?
Honorable, we are now. Yes, somebody. Is there somebody who wants to talk?
Honorable Speaker, I'm sorry, but I am appealing this August Assembly to allow me to meet the Minister of Justice right now. It's so urgent. I say I am appealing this August Assembly to allow me to meet the Minister of Justice right now. It's so urgent because we needed to collect the dead body of General Bora Koli, but they say that it's the state-owned property, that he must go for post-mortem. And that post-mortem, they're not doing it, and the body is getting swollen. Up to now, it's under the leadership of Ministry of Justice. So please, I am appealing the August Assembly to allow me meet the minister, please.
Let me just take out.
Yes. Where are we, sir? The proposal actually was 500,000 on conviction not less than 500,000, or 5 years, not less than 5 years, or to both of them. Depend. That's your proposal. Any other? Now, have you got it?
It's liable on conviction to a fine.
Of not less than on conviction.
To a fine of not.
Is liable. Yes?
I think it would have been due respect to at least respond, because this is a matter of death, and I think if losing a brother is very,
Chair,
at least make
Chair, we should be mindful of some of the things that we put in record in the National Chamber. Please.
Honorable, you see, this has nothing to do, Honorable, these do not have been publicized on the floor. All that could have been done was to call the attention of the Honorable Minister. The Honorable Minister will tell us we want to see somebody, or give me 5 minutes, I'm going to this place, or whatever, and then we proceed. But to come with a thing, then it means anytime we have a thing like that, somebody will come and disrupt the parliament. That's not parliamentary. I have given them the chance to do the consultations. That's what is important. Don't always try to be the best. Don't always try to show me you are exceptional. Avoid it. It's always, you are people as human as you are. Yeah, Honorable Wooly East, I think we captured you well. Not less, on conviction to a fine of not less than 500,000, or 5 years imprisonment, or to both. Okay. Members, it is proposed that clause 232, clause 232, stealing vehicles stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 233, stealing from the person, semicolon, stealing goods in transit, etc.
It is proposed that clause 233, stealing from the person, stealing goods in transit, etc., stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 234, stealing by persons in public service, in the public service.
It is proposed that clause 234, stealing. Let's read the clause. So, member for Woolly East, can you read that clause?
Read it.
Yes.
Stealing by persons in the public service. If the offender is a person employed in the public service, and the thing stolen is the property of the state, or came into the possession of the offender by virtue of his or her employment, he or she is liable on conviction to imprisonment for 10 years.
You know, legal minds. This means it cannot be 11 years, it cannot be 9 years. No, no, what I'm saying is, this doesn't mean 10 years, it means the judge cannot make it 11 years, nor can he make it 9 years.
It can be 9 years.
Huh?
It can be 9 years
They are saying that no, it can be 9 years.
for this one. For cow, you put 1 year.
So, it is proposed that clause 234, stealing by persons in the public service, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 235, stealing by clerks and servants.
Yes?
Yes, just something little. The caption, we want to remove the S on the clerk and S on the servant. Just stealing by clerk and servant. So the third line, you've seen it. The third line where you have he or her, we want to change it to he or she is liable on conviction. Replace the her with the she.
Because the clerk, it should take a singular for clerk and servant. Huh? Okay? The sentence, the clause.
If the offender is a clerk or servant, and the thing stolen is the property of his or her employer, or came into the possession of the offender on account of his or her employer, he or she is liable on conviction to imprisonment for 10 years.
I said this is, civil servants are not public servants.
Sorry?
Civil servants. Honorable member for Woolly East, your proposal stealing by clerk and servant should be clerk or servant. The end should be O. No, I mean the new proposal is that and should be changed to O. Yes. Servant. Servant, this is what I'm doing. Yes, we have removed the S.
You can still put your different age. You can still put it to age.
No problem, no problem. It is proposed that clause 235, stealing by clerks and servants, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 236, stealing by directors or officers of companies.
Yes, go ahead.
Suppose that clause 236 stands part of the bill with the following amendments: that the punishment for the offense under this clause, which is 7 years, should be increased from imprisonment of 7 to 12 years. That's the suggestion from the committee.
You know, my question actually is, the servant or the clerk or the worker is 10 years. The public servant is 10 years. You go to the big man himself, 7 years. Seven years. I don't Now, your proposal is what? That is 226.
236, yes. 12 years.
Read. Read.
I mean, I read the whole text.
Yes.
If the offender is a director or officer of a corporation or company, and the thing stolen is the property of the corporation or company, he or she is liable on conviction to imprisonment for 7 years. So we are suggesting 12 years.
Now the proposal is to change the 7 years to 12 years. Any comments? Okay. It is proposed that clause 236, stealing by directors or officers of companies, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 237, stealing by agents, etc.
It is proposed that clause 237, stealing by agents, etc., stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Yes?
Yes, yeah, if you look at the fine under the said clause, it's saying conviction to imprisonment for 7 years. I think we should look at that. Since, like you just said, if a clerk or a servant is stealing, he's imprisoned for 10 years and above. And here we are caught with a situation wherein somebody is stealing a property that he is supposed to forfeit from an individual, and he went ahead and then steal that property and sell it.
All right. Can you read the 237 for us?
If the thing stolen is any of the things following, that it is to say, property which has been received by the offender with a power of attorney for the disposition thereof, property which has been entrusted to the offender either alone or jointly with another person for him to retain in safe custody or to apply, pay or deliver for any purpose or to any person the same or any part thereof or any proceed thereof. C. Property which has been received by the offender either alone or jointly with any other person for or on account of any other person, the whole or part of the proceeds of any valuable security which has been received by the offender, with a direction that the proceeds thereof should be applied to any purpose or paid to any person specified in the direction, and E. The whole or part of the proceeds arising from any disposition of any property which has been received by the offender by virtue of a power of attorney for the disposition, the power of attorney having been received by the offender with a direction that such proceeds should be applied to any purpose or paid to any person specified in the direction, the offender is liable on conviction to imprisonment for 7 years. For example, of recently, the drug law saga, they have been accused that some of them have stolen part of those drugs and went ahead and do whatever they must have done with it. And also, a magistrate has also been accused of replacing a particular drug that was forfeited from an individual and went ahead and sold that drug. Now you are saying that that person should be imprisoned for 7 years. when he has been sentencing people.
Honorable. Yes, Honorable. This one, you know, there are various legislations, acts. You have the Drug Act there, people dealing directly in drugs. It's specific there. I think your argument here is the same stealing by people. Why 7 years and not 10 years? The agents should be different from other people. It's stealing. This one is worse, and in fact more worse than that. This one you are trusted with something. You are asked to carry it out. This one you go to steal, but this one is, you know, this thing probably you have been assigned and you are paid for it, and you went and did criminal activities with it. That one is serious.
The word you are trying to spell, fiduciary, this is what it is. You have a fiduciary responsibility.
Exactly. So I think we just level them to 10 years. It is proposed that clause 237, stealing by agents, etc., stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 238, stealing by tenants or lodgers.
Yes.
Instead of 7 years, the committee is, the committee is proposing a fine of 3 years. A fine, they did not put the fine there, a fine or 3 years imprisonment.
A fine of how much?
That is not put there.
You should put it there.
It's a mistake.
You are making, all right, now.
It's a typo.
Yes, now let's go over it. Can you read the whole text for everybody to understand?
Yes, I can. Stealing by tenants or lodgers. If the thing stolen is a fixture or chattel, let to the offender to be used by him or her with the house or lodging, and its value exceeds $5,000. He or she is liable on conviction to imprisonment for 7 years. That's why we think that 7 years is a bit high.
It's high. You are right.
Yeah.
It's not only a bit high. It's high. You want us Allah can Krishna. Now, what is your suggestion, committee?
Is 3 years. That's what we put there.
Imprisonment.
Or just imprisonment for 3 years? To imprison on conviction to a fine of how much? Now the committee is there now. Come out with a figure. It's an error. Sorry. So that we can debate it. A fine of $1. Committee, we are waiting.
That we make the fine 10,000.
All right.
The imprisonment for 3 years, or not exceeding 3 years.
So you are saying he or she is liable on conviction to a fine of not more than 10,000. Am I right? Yes. Swaibu. We are reading your observation, please. You are saying he or she is liable on conviction to a fine of not more than 10,000. Yes. Or not less than 10,000. Or imprisonment. Not, that one is not exceeding. This one is not less than, the other one is not, and also both of them. Have you heard him?
Yes.
The suggestion now is a fine of not less than $10,000, an imprisonment of not more than 3 years, or to both fine and imprisonment depending on the severity of the crime. That's the proposal on the table. Comments? If you are okay, let me. You are okay. Okay. This is what? On conviction to a fine. Honorable Member for Woolly. He or she is liable on conviction to a fine of not less than $10,000 or imprisonment for not more than 3 years or to both. It is proposed that clause 238, stealing by tenants or lodgers, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 239, stealing after previous conviction.
It is proposed that clause 239, stealing after previous conviction,
There's an issue.
Stealing after previous conviction. If the offender, before committing the theft, had been convicted of a theft punishment under section 229, he or she is liable on conviction to imprisonment for 7 years. 229. And what's 229?
They are telling me it should be 228.
It should be 228 instead of...
Yeah, let's look at both of them. 228 is general punishment for theft. 229 is stealing wheels. 229.
228.
Yeah. No, 228. 228. 228. No, we left it that way. There is no this thing. Unless owing to the substance. Can you read 228?
If the thing stolen is a fixture.
No, 228.
228. No, I don't check. No, can we check 228? 228.
228 is on top there. What? A person who steals anything capable of being stolen commits the felony termed theft and is liable on conviction to imprisonment for 5 years, unless, owing to the circumstances of the theft or the nature of the thing stolen, some other punishment is provided. That one is very discretionary. So you see that Now, but here now, what 239 is saying is, there's somebody who has earlier been convicted on one of these things. Because 229 is stealing, 229 is talking about stealing wills. You know? So I think what the reference here should be 228. Yes. Huh? Yes. 228 instead of 229. Now, but here the conviction is for 7 years.
The previous one
no, it's not 5 years. It can be less than 5 years.
Yes.
He has qualified it.
Yes, that's true. For this one.
Yes, the previous one is not 5 years. It's not 5 years.
It can be yes. It can be less.
It's not. Swipe, read it. Read it for us all to hear. To imprisonment for, read that person. Continue.
A person who steals anything capable of being stolen commits the felony termed theft and is liable on conviction to imprisonment for 5 years, unless owing to the circumstances of the theft or the nature of the thing stolen, some other punishment is provided.
You see?
Yes.
So it's not 5 years.
Yes.
Now he's telling you that he has given it a value, and now he's telling you if those things are not met, the punishment can be varied to whatever it is, even to 1 year or 3 months or 6 months, depending on what the judge thinks. So it's not 5 years. Yes.
So what we need to do now is to change that reference of 229 to 228.
We have done that.
Yes, and then that should be fine.
5 years. On that one, it's not 5 years. It's 5 years is against something. Outside that, it can go down to 2 years, 1 year, 3 months, 6 months, whatever. That's we should all be on the same wavelength on that. Now, this one is telling you somebody who has been convicted for a crime, he's going back to do it. That's what he's trying to deter. That's the key part here. That for that one, if you go, it's no more that person, it's now 7 years. That's what he's saying.
Up to 7 years.
You are fine. It is proposed that clause 229, stealing after previous conviction, stand part of the bill as amended. Those
Chair, I think it should be 239, not 22.
I said 239. I said 239. I'm looking at it directly here. All right. It is proposed that clause 239, stealing after previous conviction, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Part 27, offenses allied to stealing. Clause 240, concealing registers.
That clause 240, concealing registers, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 241, concealing wills.
It is proposed that clause 241, concealing wills, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 242, concealing deeds.
That's what I was looking at. This one is 3 years, and the others were 7. It's different from? You know, if you look at 240, the punishment is 10 years. Why is 242 3 years? You know, concealing deeds. No, I mean, look at the 240. 240 is not about wills. So if that is 10 years. Wills is 10 years. And then deeds, you come to 3 years. Pardon? I'm not arguing. Here, you know, he says a person who with intent to defraud conceals the whole or part of any document which is evidence of title to any land or estate in land, commits a felony and is liable on conviction to imprisonment for 3 years. Yeah, why 3 years? This is serious crime. The same thing you are talking about. Yeah. Pardon?
Includes more than the land itself.
Yes, but the ones before is 10 years. 240. It's 10 years. And that is also incorporating the distance. Yes, various small things. It happens. You can get that. And this one you are talking about a deed. Somebody, your title deed or your properties. Somebody is defrauding you from that. You say 3 years. 10. People should not defraud people with that. That one should be there. Why should you go and take somebody's title deed and defraud him? Why? That one is. Deed. What these property deeds? You go and fiddle with it for what? For what? And your intent is to defraud the person. 10 years. All these things, those things should be prevented. It should be. People should desist from doing those things.
Speaker, 10 years.
No, the drafters. You see, the drafters came. Even look at the other one we came.
Speaker,
they are just as human as you are, and sometimes they have their soft spots.
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
That is 242. You know, these ones are not they are not ordinary thieves or these ordinary people. These are people who deliberately go to do things for this. You know, normal people who don't have and they go and steal. easier. These are professionals and the people who have a lot more in their pockets. Usually. It is proposed that clause 242, concealing deeds, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 243, killing animals with intent to steal.
Uh, 243.
Shivering, yeah? Shivering. It is proposed that clause 244, shivering with intent to steal, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 245, fraudulent disposition of mortgage goods.
Favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 246, fraudulently dealing with minerals in mines.
We propose that we change the punishment from 5 years to 10 years.
From 7 years.
Now, can you read it, Honorable Swaibu?
I can. Fraudulently dealing with minerals in mines. A person who takes, conceals, or otherwise disposes of any ore or any metal or mineral in or about a mine with intent to defraud any person commits a felony and is liable on conviction to imprisonment for 5 years. So it's
Speaker, I agree with you. I agree, let's maintain the 5 years. Because you are punishing the act, not the value. Not the value. So it's stand part of it. You are punishing the act of stealing, not the value of the precious mineral. So, Speaker,
years.
That's okay. No, let's take 5 years.
Pardon? Now we have had the committee. Committee, we have had you. You are suggesting that we move it from 5 to 10. Yes.
5 is okay.
5 to 10. Okay. This small yellow, if you go to these mining places, so we have some of these things, man value from photo back. Yeah. At the Mandin Drone, is he sentenced 5 years. Mena prisoner file, mena board funding.
Chair. Yes, Serekunda West.
Kunda West, yes.
I'm saying we are not only punishing the actness of the animals. So you look at both the value and the act. I think 10 years is okay.
Yes, you know, the Honorable Minister reminded us that the two don't go together. Sometimes, if the value of the animal is there, then if there is restitution, that is compensation, you can be compensated. That's different from the the deterrent for the crime. Yes, Honorable Member, Kantora.
Yes, we're just trying to, yes, we've had the portion of the committee proposing 10 years, but we also need to bear in mind that we are not really looking at the value of the precious mineral or whatever mineral is concerned. But we are also trying to make a deterrence on the acts, on the offense. So here we are punishing more of the offense as opposed to the value of the precious mineral. So I think 5 should be a very good compromise. Thank you. 5 is okay.
Go take the microphone. We move to 10 years from 5. There is a dissenting voice. Yes? Who? Banjul South. Yes, Banjul South. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. I said yes, in as much as we are not considering the value, but the deterring something means that we should raise it very high, because minerals would stealing of these minerals, what it will deprive of this country is worth more than how long that person would stay in prison. Because I mean, it is taking resources from this, and I maintain the recommendation of the committee for 10 years, and I think it should be considered.
It is proposed that clause 246, fraudulently dealing with minerals in mines.
Clause 247, fraudulent appropriation of power.
Chair is a member of
You see, sometimes my concern actually is we don't, let's not forget some of the decisions we have taken. So there is some uniformity in what we do. That's why when you see some of these things, we read and try to know the connotation, because sometimes these people will tell you what we think is the meaning, they tell you something different, you know. It is proposed that clause 247, fraudulent appropriation of power, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 248, unlawful use of vehicles, animals, etc.
Honorable Member for Woolly, can you read that clause?
Yes, I can read. Unlawful use of vehicles, animals. A person who unlawfully and without color or right, and not so.
Sorry, Speaker, it should be color of right. It should be
color of right. It should be color of right. That's why it did not sound well. Color of right. There's an amendment there. but not so as to be guilty of stealing, takes or converts to his or her own use or to the use of another person any draught or riding animal or any vehicle or cycle, however propelled, or any vessel, commits a misdemeanor and is liable on conviction to a fine of $10,000 or to imprisonment for 6 months or to both the fine and imprisonment.
Doros. Let him explain what they mean by this.
Yes, my problem with this clause is
you have something other than that? Pardon?
I was just going to ask a question.
Yes, we want to ask who a question.
For the AG to help me understand.
So, Honorable Speaker, it means for the person, it is if a person in this clause, if a person takes or uses someone else's animal or vehicle, bicycle or boat, without permission or legal justification, but not in a way that counts as stealing, right? They commit a misdemeanor. So if they are convicted, the fine is 10,000. The action here is taking or using someone else's property without the person's consent.
Yeah.
But it doesn't reach the threshold of stealing.
It's in between.
That's the punishment, that is what it's talking about. If we are reached the threshold of stealing, that's a different clause that will deal with it. Pardon? If they charge you stealing, it means they have enough evidence to prove that you have stolen. Otherwise, they will charge you for this one if they have no proof. Yes, Talindi.
Chair.
Honorable, use your microphone so that we hear you.
Yes, I mean, since it has not reached the threshold of stealing, can we reduce the fine to 5,000 instead of 10,000?
This proposal, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
What I'm saying here is, since we are putting animals and vessels together, that is where my problem comes. Because the usage of animals and the usage of vessels are two different things here. The cost, attached to the usage of, let's say, the vessel, and the cost attached to the usage of the animal. They are two different things.
What do you mean the cost attached? Because it's not sales, you just use it.
Yeah, let's say 5,000 and not more than 10,000.
You are confusing. Yes, Honorable.
Yeah, yes. So, Chair, let's look at the whole idea. This is about unlawful use. Now, if it's an unlawful use now, it means you went to the person's place, you now take his vehicle, and then you now drive the vehicle. Or you take the person's vessel and go and catch and come. Or you do, but now, what we are saying, had it been the person now, you now took his vehicle now, do you know how much a petrol is cost? You could have driven like 10-15 kilometers using the person's fuel without his consent. You also make sure that the person now, lose wear and tear of the vehicle. So we are punishing the act of not getting taking either the vehicle or the yes. So I think the committee's 10,000 is in line.
10,000 is not for that thing. The 10,000 is just for the prevention, and the money is going to the state.
Yes.
It is you, the owner of this thing. You don't have anything from that.
I understand.
Yes.
We are saying that it's an unlawful act now. You are taking the...
Yeah, that's what you are punishing.
Exactly.
Now they are saying that the 10,000 is too high, 5,000 is more reasonable. Huh? Now, if it comes to restitution...
No, the committee is saying 10,000.
Pardon?
The committee is recommending 10,000.
Yes, I mean the proposal. The proposal, I think, is it Talinding? No, Talinding. It was Talinding, it was Kiang East. It was Kiang East. Who made that suggestion? Kiang East, was it you? But his voice has changed.
No, that is West. Your friend is West. This one is East.
Kiang East. Okay. Okay. So it's Kiang East who made that proposal.
Yes.
So
now he sent 5,000. The committee is recommending 10,000. But Swab also is giving a different version now, not exceeding 10,000. It could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 5,000, it could be this.
Yeah, huh? No, what again? 10,000. Not exceeding 10,000, what again?
It's the same thing. You guys are playing with semantics. That's what the current thing means.
Really, Shai, why do you put those? Why? Your suggestion is, and that's where are we now? To a fine not exceeding $10,000. To a fine not less than. To a fine not more than. To imprisonment for 6 months, or to both fine and imprisonment. All right? It is proposed that clause 248. Yes. No. Just for imprisonment for 6 months. But you know, he said that means the same.
It's the same. You guys.
It is proposed that clause 248, unlawful use of vehicles, animals, etc., stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Honorable members, before we start the new chapter, part 28, huh? I think it's good time for us to go and pray. So we would let me adjourn until let me suspend. Yeah, when we go to session, we decide. All right. The committee of the whole house is now suspended, and assembly resumes. Honorable members, the assembly now resumes. Yeah, it's good time for us to go for a short break, for us to pray. It's almost 2 o'clock. How long will we take? 30 minutes? Is it okay for everybody? 30 minutes. But please, unlike the other days, I'll come here, for instance, at past, only to find 5 people inside. Please, let's avoid that. When you are ready, just come to the hall, to the chambers. The house is suspended until 14:30.